Due to ineptitude, political posturing and a bit of backstabbing, the Northern Ireland Assembly was again brought down in January 2017. This led to the impending elections on the 2nd of March. To preface this video, I want to make it clear that I am not affiliated with any political party in Northern Ireland, and I have not actually voted in an election in over a decade. However, that is soon to change. I decided at the last minute I would put up a quick video to give my thoughts on the situation, for what they're worth. Take out of these sentiments what you want. My first thoughts would be to suggest to the voters not to re-elect Sinn Féin to power. Not only have they lost their most popular and influential head when Mr McGuinness stepped down due to health issues, but they did not seem to be able to get into office without bringing the whole shebang down every year or so. They are also espousing regressive left policies now in a bid to virtue signal for more voters. You can complain about unionists all you like, at least they stick to their policies. I would suggest if the nationalists are going to vote in alignment with sectarian divides, it might be better to get those fence-sitting SDLP up there. At least they would want the political structures to keep functioning. However, I would recommend looking at all politicians in your areas and vote by those who you see to be the best representatives of your view, rather than by what foot they kick with. One in a series of ironies is that the regressive politicians who were all crying about diversity and representation helped take down the devolved Northern Ireland Assembly, which was headed by a woman, the DUP's Arlene Foster. There's no hypocrisy there, is there? The second irony is that she's probably going to be re-elected right back into that position, as she has not lost her supporters. The third irony is that of all the parties in Northern Ireland, the DUP are looking halfway like a sane choice to vote on, as the majority of the remaining parties are drifting further and further left with their policies. It's almost like the realities of Brexit have not hit the majority of the parties yet. There are a number of independents, of course, some of whom have hardcore right-wing politics, but they lack the strength of a party to get anything done while in office. Oddly enough, there are now UKIP entrants too. Northern Ireland doesn't normally see any of the mainstream UK parties. What concerns me most are the politicians in Northern Ireland who are still championing the Remoaners. For those unaware, Northern Ireland, as with Scotland, had a Remain majority, and some pundits are trying to use this for their own agenda, risking civil division, which might rival the Troubles. Some are calling for the North to be semi-independent, and some I Remain in both the EU and the UK, and of course Sinn Féin are calling for a united Ireland. This of course would be a disaster, as the politics of the South are in an even worse shape, being directly dictated to by Germany. The easy way to counter the suggestions to people in the North to reunite is to ask them, do you really want to abandon a free NHS health system for an inferior system where you have to pay €50 every time you want to visit a GP? Or alternately, do you want your general cost of living to skyrocket by a minimum of 30%? Anyway, I'm getting off track here and probably sounding partisan. However, I never claimed that I was going to be unbiased. The weird part for me is that there's only one party in Northern Ireland who has stood consistently on the Brexit Leave side, as well as having the conservative views on the usual controversial topics, where others flip-flop or push the alternate view. The tear comes from the point that what I consider to be the non-regressive party in this election is the one that is a very anti-Catholic core. Decisions. I'm going to watch these elections with interest, as they could drastically change the direction of Northern Ireland as a whole.